Hi guys, and welcome to Classic TV Facts and Trivia. Thank you for being here today. Today's on Gilligan's Island, and a guest star who was a nightmare for one cast member. And you pretty much guess who it is from back here. Let's take a look. Gilligan's Island is one of the most endearing and beloved sitcoms of all time. Its quirky and over-the-top stories mixed with an amiable cast of characters continue to make the show nostalgic to watch, not to mention a pleasant one. But behind the scenes, it wasn't always smooth sailing for the passengers of the SS Minnow, especially when iconic comedian Don Rickles found his way to the island. While Rickles was a beloved member of the comedy community, his signature sense of humor caused a lifelong feud with a normally cool-headed member of the cast. Despite an initially short run, Gilligan's Island amassed an impressive roster of guest stars and involved them in fantastically imaginative plots, but Rickles' episode of the show is a standout. 1966's The Kidnapper sees Rickles as Norbert Wiley, filling the shoes of the title villain. Norbert kidnaps Mrs. Howe and holds her for a $10,000 ransom. The other survivors stage a rescue mission that comically leads to Mary Ann also being held captive, and the ransom is raised to $20,000. The cat and mouse cycle leads to Ginger getting kidnapped, and the ransom once again gets raised by another $10,000. Finally, Gilligan, at the end of it all, Ginger turns out to be the hero, employing psychological analysis methods that she learned while making a movie. The comical rotation of kidnapping is classic Gilligan's Island, with the episode continuously upping the antics in unbelievable but completely hysterical ways. It even manages to sneak in one final twist when it reveals that Norbert's redemption is only an act to allow him to escape the island and leave the castaways behind. The episode really works, as its continuous cycle of potential rescue and failure represents the series as a whole. But the on-screen shenanigans weren't all that fun for one star behind the scenes. Don Rickles' everlasting effect on the entertainment industry is not to be underestimated, but the giant of comedy left a mixed legacy behind on the set of Gilligan's Island. According to MeTV, his presence on the set was biting for the professor himself, Russell Johnson. As MeTV recollects, Johnson was a level-headed and calm cast member. Co-star Bob Denver noted that Johnson was always a peacekeeper, even when filming days became stressful, but everyone has their limits. Denver recalled, "The only time I saw Russ lose his temper was when Don Rickles guest starred." Rickles may be one of the most prolific comedians of all time, but his famously biting sense of humor could create tension, especially when compared to Johnson's personal take on comedy. Russ had a dry sense of humor, Denver explained. This put him directly in the warpath of Rickles' roast-like sense of humor, and led to Johnson's lifelong disdain for Rickles. While the episode may be a highlight for the series, Denver never knew better than to reminisce about it. He made frequent appearances with Johnson and Wells over the years, but Rickles remained a sore subject. "Russ, Don, and I do about 2 or 3 personal appearances a year," said Denver. "I always look forward to sitting with Russ and talking about the memories. However, the kidnapper never seemed to be something over which the group reminisced." Rickles could be, if you're not prepared for it, could be hard to take, I guess. I love his sense of humor. I watch the old Dean Martin roasts all the time, and he is the king. He's the king. Always ends his comedy acts and comedy roast and everything with very loving tribute, though. And everything I've read about the man is nothing like the character he portrays on stage. He's just a very, very nice, or he was, I'm sorry, God rest his soul. He was a very, very nice, kind, and genteel type guy. I mean, look who his best friend was, for Christ's sake. Excuse my language. I should have never said that. Look at his best friend. Bob Newhart, of all people. I mean, Newhart is about as laid back as you get, and they were best friends, traveled together and everything. They had their wives and stuff. Anyway, I would like to have seen some behind-the-scenes stuff. If it's available, I'll try to find it, and it probably won't be, though. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video, guys. Have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.